Roster Watch Nation, what is up, and welcome back to the Epic Roster Watch podcast on YouTube and on podcast, wherever you get it, also on X. Today, we're going to be walking through, we've done previous shows where we've talked about mock drafts and drafting using the ultimate draft cheat sheet from RosterWatch.com. I strongly advise you go get the ultimate draft cheat sheet at RosterWatch.com. You can see the QR code right there in the middle of the screen, or you can use the code, or the link, I should say, in the description and go on over to rosterwatch.com. Become a pro or a premium member today. We got a brand new prop tool coming out. If you tapped in last year and you used the Roster Watch props, you were happy all season long during football season. And we've a new and improved tool that's going to make it much easier to utilize those this season. As my phone keeps going off, promise you're not going to want to miss out on this. Go become a pro or a premium member today and get your ultimate draft cheat sheet. Draft easier. It makes drafting so much easier. Let us do the work. Show up to your draft, have a couple of beers, have the cheat sheet, pull it out. Everyone's going to say, what is that cheat sheet? I'm using ESPN and Yahoo. And they're going to say, why is all my stuff outdated? Why is all my stuff backdated to August or to June 30th? Well, that's because they put these sheets out on June 30th. Roster Watch updates their sheets every single day. You can go get your Superflex cheat sheet, your PPR cheat sheet, your half and standard cheat sheet. They're all up right now over at rosterwatch.com. Attack your draft whatever day. If it's today, if it's tomorrow, if it's August 5th, if it's August 11th, if it's August 30th, if it's September 3rd, Roster Watch will be right by your side. And for today, I'm going to be using the Roster Watch Ultimate Draft cheat sheet, half and standard sheet that has been updated again today over at rosterwatch.com. We're going to be drafting from the 1 hole, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6, the 7, the 8, the 9, the 10, the 11, and the 12. And we're going to see which roster we like the most. I'm in the middle of testing right now for V1.2. So if I make an alteration during it, you will hear. That's the benefit of transparency. You can't go to ESPN and get transparency. They just say, well, this is what the ADP is, so this is how you should draft. So I'm going to tell you right now, transparency, we're always iterating, always building, because injuries have come out even today. We'll have the show tomorrow. I'll be in Austin, Texas tomorrow with Alex doing a show in his studio, and we'll be talking about camp news and stuff. Marshawn Lloyd goes down with an injury this week. We have a couple offensive line injuries across the league right now that have happened. And the Dallas Cowboys, Tyler Guyton's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. We've got updates on the Detroit situation at center. We thought it was going to be Tate Ratledge, from the rookie from Georgia. Looks like it's going to be Graham Glasgow potentially. So a lot of things shaking up and changing through the first week of training camp. So let's do this. We're going to drafting from the 101 using the Ultimate Draft cheat sheet from RosterWatch.com. We're going to take Bijan Robinson off the rip here. In round 2, we're going to come back around. For those wondering how the drafts start, we took Bijan at 1, Chase goes at 2, Jefferson 3, Barkley 4, Lamb 5, Gibbs 6, Puka Nacua 7, McCaffrey 8, Henry 9, Collins 10, Genty 11, and Brian Thomas and Malik Neighbors are at the 1-2 turn at 12 and 13 overall. Speaking of injuries, Malik Neighbors had a shoulder injury today as well. We'll talk about that tomorrow with Alex on the show. All right, round 2 here at the 2-3 turn. I love having these back-to-back selections. We're going to double tap. So we took Bijan at the 101. We're going to go Ladd, and we're going to take Tyreek Hill here at the 2-3 turn. As we get into round 4 and 5, Rashee Rice is going to fall a little bit to us, so we're going to get him at the 4-12. Early 4th, I'm not a big fan of Rashee as he falls into the 5th. This is going to become the area where we start to talk about getting a Rashee Rice. Is the, I generally like the early 5th, but he gets here at the 4-12 because Kamara goes at 4-11 just before us, and Tedero McMillan, who we love on the Roster Watch Ultimate Draft cheat sheet, at the 409. At the 501, we're going to get RJ Harvey to be our second running back. We love him in Denver right now. He's becoming a little bit of a better value as the days go by because people believe in J.K. Dobbins more than they should. At the 6-7 turn, we're going to take Tony Pollard. Come on down. Again, another value on an offensive line that we like. We don't love, but it's improved and it should continue to improve. And there's kind of a lack of weaponry in Tennessee. So Travion Henderson here at the 701. Speaking of weaponry up in New England. We're going to get Bo Nix. This is a rare one. We don't always get Bo Nix here in the 8th round, but he falls to us at the 8-12. A little bit of a value here representing, what do we got here? About 20, 15 picks of value here. Jordan Mason or Emeka Egbuka, we get a choice here. So we currently have Bijan, Harvey, Pollard, and Travion. Receiver, we have Ladd, Tyreek Hill, Rashi. I like Emeka Egbuka here at the 9-0-1. As we fall into the 10-11 turn, Keon Coleman goes up the board, so that falls there. We're going to take Nick Chubb. It's telling us to take a second quarterback. We'll take Kyler Murray here, different buys. And then we have to get a tight end and one more bench spot, it looks like. Yep, right there. So we'll go ahead with the 12-13 turn. We'll go Trey Benson. And we need to go tight end Kyle Pitts. I love me some Kyle Pitts there in the last round. There's the draft. There's the team right there from the 101. Bo Nix, Bijan, RJ Harvey, Ladd McConkey, Tyreek Hill, Rashi Rice, tight ends Kyle Pitts. Our benches, Tony Pollard, Travion Henderson, Nick Chubb, Trey Benson. I love that crop. Nick Chubb is, at the current state of where his ADP's at, with everything we know about Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb is almost a guy, just because of where we're at today, like he's going to be on a lot of teams. The ADP is going to continue to move with him, but there's no reason in the world Nick Chubb should be a 10-11 pick. He should be a 7th rounder right now. So he comes on down. We get Emeka Egbuka as well on the bench for the wide receiver position. Let's go to the 102. Let's go to I'm going to go every other pick and we'll come back, or we'll circle all the way back to 2. Let's do 103 here right now. We'll go 103 quick. Let's pull it back up. We're going to put this thing into overdrive. It's going to take us a good hour. We got to get this thing out within, inside of an hour. We'll go with the 103. They're going to say Bijan falls to 103 because Barkley and Chase go 101 and 102. We're going to go Bijan at the 103. We're going to come all the way back around to the 210 and the 303, and we're going to get ourselves a Drake London. So we're going to double tap that Atlanta situation. Not always the focal point of how you want to build a fantasy roster. 2 guys, early rounds, same roster, but it can be done. It can be done. Bijan, of course, we're looking at 300 plus touches for Bijan, and Drake London 140, 150 plus targets. So I love that. Tyreek Hill as well comes down as our wide receiver 2. And then you got to get Omarion Hampton at the 410. There's no choice. Omarion Hampton posing a bit of a value here in the 4th round. As you can see, this time around from the last draft, Teteroa went ahead. He was gone at this point. We see Rashi Rice go right before this pick at 409. I'm ecstatic to get Omarion Hampton right here as our running back 2. At the 503, we're going to get Teteroa McMillan. I just mentioned Xavier Worthy at the 610. We'll go Calvin Ridley here at the 703. We got Travis Etienne at the 810. Bo Nix is our highest player at the 903. We're going to come back around and we're going to get David Njoku at the 1010. We'll get Jaden Blue at the 1103. So our current roster is Bo Nix, Bijan Robinson, Omarion Hampton, Drake London, Tyreek Hill, Teteroa McMillan, David Njoku at tight end. We got 2 receivers, 2 running backs on the bench, Xavier Worthy, Calvin Ridley, Travis Etienne, Jaden Blue. It's going to tell us to take one more wide receiver in Luther Burden. And then for our last spot on the roster, we'll take Dylan Sampson here at the 13-3. We'll sim through this thing. It'll give us a grade of a 97. That was a beautiful one. All right, let's go to the 105 here quick. All right, 105 here. The best player available is going to be Justin Jefferson. For this draft started out Bijan, Chase, Barkley, and Gibbs. 10-25. Jefferson. No choice. Second round is going to come back around. We'll speed up a little bit. We got to get through a bunch of these drafts. So we'll go Drake London here at the 2nd round. 3rd round, we'll go Tyreek Hill. So we're going 0 RB to start this thing. Jefferson, London, Tyreek. This will be an interesting build. Omarion Hampton comes through. RJ Harvey comes through. Caleb Johnson comes through. And right there, we're back to balance. So we got Jefferson, London, Hill, Omarion, RJ Harvey, Caleb Johnson off of the rip. 1 through 6. Now we come back around to the 705, and we're going to get a little value on Jordan Addison. People in the comments on YouTube be hating on Jordan Addison. I don't understand that. Roma Dunze here at the 808. We'll get an option to take Mark Andrews. If I could take a Mark Andrews, I'll take a Mark Andrews here and there. 1008, we're going to get Emeka Egbuka. The 1105, we're going to get Nick Chubb. We're going to get a little Brock Purdy action here at the 1208 at quarterback. And with our final roster spot, we're going to get a Dylan Sampson once again. So there's that from the 105 spot. We're going to get a 94 on this bad boy. Absolutely love that. All right. 107. All right. From the 107, we're going to start this draft out with, looks like we're going to get CeeDee Lamb off the rip here. No choices. Chase, Robinson, Gibbs, Barkley. Genty goes up to 105 to the Burrow Ito Bowl team. Jefferson goes 106, and we're going to be sitting here at the 107, and we're going to go CeeDee Lamb. It's this easy. All you got to do is download the Ultimate Draft cheat sheet, and it will be click, erase, 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 click, erase, erase. It's that easy. You just walk through the sheet. I shouldn't say erase. It should be marker. It should be Sharpie off a name, Sharpie off a name, circle a name, Sharpie off, circle a name. It's that easy. Or if you can just use the interactive tool on rosterwatch.com, you just click, 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 and the names disappear, and you pick the highest ranked player remaining. It's so easy, as Trashman would say, a child could do it. Although you should not have a child draft for you, you could. Drake London at the 206 to add our second receiver. I might have got Breece Hall here, but we're going to get a JSN at the 307. I like this receiving core better than that last roster. Lamb, London, Smith, and Jigba. We're going to get James Cook here at the 406. We're going to get RJ Harvey here at the 507. We're going to get Tedero McMillan at the 606. And we're going to get that third running back in Tyrone Tracy in the 7th round. In the 8th round, they want us to take Stephon Diggs. In the 9th round, they want us to take Jordan Mason. They reported today on Underdog that Jordan Mason and Aaron Jones would split duties in Minnesota this year. And I just simply said, man, Roster Watch Nation has known this since April. Like April, we've known Jordan Mason was going to get a hellacious workload in Minnesota. At the 10-6, we don't have a tight end. We could take Igbuka. I love having Igbuka, but we do have a pretty beautiful wide receiver room here. So we're going to go ahead and take Mark Andrews, because when you can take Mark Andrews, you take Mark Andrews. Again, value on Nick Chubb in the 11th round doesn't make any sense, so we'll take it. We'll get Jared Goff. You guys can see here, 12th round. CJ Stroud just went, Purdy just went, Goff, Prescott, Herbert in one QB. It's just, the value is ridiculous. Any three of these guys is a beautiful pick right here. So Goff comes down to us. And then with that final pick, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take us a Dylan Sampson. There's going to be the roster right there. I love getting some Sampson. I love getting some Nick Chubb. Those are my two favorite bench guys to get right now. So that's the roster. Lamb, London, Smith and Jigba, Tet, Stephon Diggs, running backs, James Cook, RJ Harvey, Tyrone Tracy, Jordan Mason, Nick Chubb, Dylan Sampson. Oh, baby, that's awesome. Mark Andrews with a Jared Goff twist gives us a 94 on the Fantasy Pros Draft Simulator. All right, let's go to the 109. I don't know if I'm going to get all 12 spots. We're going to see if we can get all 12 spots. I might just go 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. If I was live, I might go 12, but all right, 109. All right, here's the top 10. Chase, Barkley, Robinson, McCaffrey goes 104. Oh my gosh. Gibbs, Jefferson, Henry, Lamb. 109, Genty or Neighbors is the question. I circled this one. I said, I'm going to ask Trashman and Alex what they think. I did not ask them yesterday on the show because it's half and standard. I'm going to go Genty. 204, we're going to take Drake London. We don't get a choice. Here's a choice. Here's an interesting one. 309, we just saw Smith and Jigba go, Tyreek Hill go. We get a choice between Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson. Well, the ADP for Garrett Wilson's 4 spots later than Breece Hall, so there's a chance he may fall to us, but there's also an Alvin Kamara grip right there that he could potentially fall through the cracks if we don't take him. I think I'm going to take Garrett Wilson. I get a choice. I think I'm going to take Garrett Wilson here, and I'm just going to bet on a Breece or a Kamara making it to me at the top of the 4. Let's pray here. Oh, he doesn't. We're going to get Adams. We're going to get Devontae Adams. So there's our trio. We're going to get, oh my gosh, there's our trio. I love this receiving core. Drake London, Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams, Tedero McMillan, Jordan Addison. We'll take Travis Etienne there. We'll get Emeka Egbuka here in the 9th. Matthew Golden. See, this is where it went haywire. I messed it up. I went against it. So if I went back, let's just, like I said, I'm testing right now. I'm going through different things. I'm playing with the cheat sheet. I'm working on the cheat sheet. If I went back and I took that Breece Hall play instead of Garrett Wilson, here's what the roster would look like. Ashton Genty, Breece Hall, Drake London to start. You still get Devontae Adams with the next pick. You get a RJ Harvey. You get Tedero McMillan. You get Jordan Addison. You get yourself a Stephon Diggs and Emeka Egbuka. You take Nick Chubb right there. So this starts out now. We got Harvey, Chubb on the bench. Genty, Hall's the starters. London, Adams, McMillan, Addison, Diggs, Egbuka, Trey Benson. We get a Brock Purdy for a quarterback. We got one more bench spot to fill. Or are we full? We're full, so that means we got to go tight end. So our final spot's going to be a tight end, and we're going to get Jonnu. I feel like this is going to be a pretty fantastic grade. 80, what? 82, that's... Okay, so we got Brock Purdy, Ashton Genty, Breece Hall, Drake London, Devontae Adams, Ted McMillan, Jonnu Smith. The bench is RJ Harvey, Nick Chubb, Trey Benson, Stephon Diggs, Jordan Addison, and Emeka Egbuka. I don't know what more you could pretty much ask for. That unfolded pretty well. I like that draft. But that's the thing you can see. When you get a choice, I mean, you do get a choice. You get to pick the play, you pick your favorite play. If you wanted Wilson or you wanted Hall, based on team building, I think I would have. I like the Hall side. Let's draft from the 111. In the top 10 to start this one out was Chase, Barkley, Robinson, Gibbs, Jefferson, McCaffrey, Lamb, Achane, Genty, Puka. At the 111, we're going to start out with a Malik Neighbors. So we didn't get him in the last draft. We're going to get him in this draft. And then at the 202, they're going to want us to go Derrick Henry. So we're going to go Derrick Henry. And we just got the 6th start. Garrett Wilson. At the 311, at the 402, we're going to have Alvin Kamara. So we're going to go Henry, Kamara, Neighbors, and Wilson. Oh, baby. RJ Harvey at the 511. A choice between Montgomery and Devonta Smith. Because I have 3 running backs, I think I'm going to go Devonta Smith here. At the 711, we're going to go Roma Denze. At the 8-2, we're going to get ourselves a Diggs. So that means we're up to 5 receivers now, 3 running backs. We'll get a choice between Emeka and Mark Andrews. I think Emeka might fall, so I'm going to go Mark Andrews. Emeka does fall, so there's that. We start out Henry, Kamara, RJ Harvey. We got our receivers, tight end. Go Trey Benson here, Brock Purdy, and then finish out with a Dylan Sampson at the running back position. There's the draft. There's the team. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy using the RosterWatch Ultimate Draft cheat sheet. Purdy, Derrick Henry, Kamara, Neighbors, Wilson, Smith, Mark Andrews. On the bench, Harvey, Benson, Sampson, Adunze, Diggs, Egbuka. It is that easy. Using the cheat sheet from RosterWatch.com. Go to RosterWatch.com today. Become a pro or a premium member. There we go. I just drafted from the 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11 spot, kind of giving you an idea what it looks like from all spots of the draft. We'll be back tomorrow with another show with the Trash Man, with Alex Dunlap, with myself. Make sure you check out the solo shows. If you go to the RosterWatch YouTube channel and just click on videos, if you want a video done for a specific player that we haven't talked about yet, just drop a comment. Say, I want to hear you guys' thoughts on Josh Allen. And we'll probably do a video on Josh Allen. Hell, we might even ask Byron to do it because Byron's the original Josh Allen truther. So do that. Go to RosterWatch.com. Consume all the videos. Every single day there's something new coming out. Go to RosterWatch on Twitter, RosterWatch on Instagram, RosterWatch.com. You know the rules. You know the things. Click the like button. Click subscribe. Turn the bells on. I'm Cody Carpenter here. Until next time, appreciate you. Love you. And we'll see you in the next one.
This is Anthony Richardson, and you're listening to Roster Watch.
This is AJ Brown, and you're listening to Roster Watch.
This is Josh Allen, and you're listening to Roster Watch.